Welcome to Madden 26 franchise, and as you saw by the intro, we are going to be doing the New York Jets. This is a team that I was not expecting to do, to be very honest. As you saw by the multiple posts, I had plenty of other teams that I was thinking of, other teams that I was really interested in. But the more I thought about it, and the more people kept voting for the Jets and mentioning them, I was like, the fact that I wasn't even wanting to do them initially means that I really need to do them, because that just speaks to the state of the New York Jets as we know them right now. I know that there is some high hopes for the future now with the new coaching staff and all this stuff. Been in a very rough place for a very long time, and what better way to kick off Madden 26 than with one of the tougher rebuilds and most deserving rebuilds in the NFL. So we will begin. Now, some of the big talking points for this team is going to be on the offensive side of the ball because, well, that's the most flashiest. There's plenty of stuff that we have to look at on the defense, but I wanted to pinpoint a few players to sort of start things off. And the first thing, of course, is going to be with the quarterback position, and that is Justin Fields. Justin Fields comes over from Pittsburgh after being ousted from Chicago, having a lackluster career so far, and the question is, can he finally set himself up to be successful in not only the run game, but also as a passer here in New York? Will that be the case? We don't know yet, but he will have an opportunity, just like every other quarterback does that's starting in the league right now, to prove everybody wrong, and hopefully we can see some good stuff out of him. One of the more intriguing pieces of this offense, as well as highlight reel running back Breece Hall. Now, you might not call him that right now because, well, just hasn't really lived up to what that hype was supposed to be coming out of college into the pros. But how much of that is past coaching issues, scheme issues, injury issues, of course, and how much of that is really his talent? Can we give him the offense that is going to allow him to show what he can do? He's got plenty of speed, he's got plenty of moves, he can even help out of the backfield catching the ball as well. And one of my main goals, at least early on until we find out more, is to try to get him involved in both facets of the game, run game and pass game, to really unlock his potential. We also cannot forget about the man behind him. Very young running back Braylon Allen out of my favorite college team, the Wisconsin Badgers. He came into the NFL at just 20 years old, one of the youngest to be drafted, if I'm not mistaken. He has the potential to be a really good 1-2 punch with Breece Hall, as he is a big, powering runner that may be able to assist us in the power game, and you guys know I love my power backs. So that is going to be another big focus for us. We also cannot forget about Garrett Wilson, the Jets' first-round pick from a couple of years ago. Again, sort of same situation as Breece Hall, but I think Wilson has established himself more in the league already than Hall has. But the bottom line is, neither of these guys have been able to really showcase what they can do. We need to find out if it's a talent issue, an adjustment to the NFL issue, or is it really just what the team has done the last 2 years that has caused this, and give him a good quarterback. Is that Justin Fields? Is that somebody else? We don't know yet. But there are some other intriguing younger players. Mason Taylor, the rookie tight end. Malachi Corley. Arian Smith, I think I said his name right. There's plenty of optimism in some of these young players that are vying for spots on the 53. And I plan on allowing some of these guys to blossom early and see what they can provide on the actual field instead of just going off of the ratings. I'm going to try to take a little bit of a different approach this year. I want to see who performs and put them on the field regardless of what their overall is. So I'm probably going to be doing more preseason stuff just so I can see how they perform in real life situations to see if that's going to translate to the regular season. And that brings us to the franchise. Let's get things started. You guys know I like to go offline just in case there's server issues. I can also have a backup in case something weird happens. We've had it happen in the past. I don't want it to happen again. So we are going to roll with offline. We're going to go on up. We're going to take on the Jets. So here is just a quick overview of the team. So it's an 81 overall team led by the defense for the most part. Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams, Quinnen Williams. There's a couple of other players on that defense that I'm wondering about, like Will McDonald. Can he finally take that next step? Jermaine Johnson, can he establish himself on that D-line like I had him sort of established back in the Buccaneers franchise a couple of years ago? So the offense is where we need to put a lot of focus, but the defense is also something we really need to add some complementary pieces to. They are still pretty good. Like I said, 84 overall. But last year, looking at these numbers, I mean, the stats don't lie. 29th in passing, 22nd in rushing, 20th in blocking, 12th in pass rush, 9th in coverage. Team speed is 20th. So we don't have a lot of speed. We have some good coverage, obviously, with Sauce Gardner. Pass rush, about middle of the pack, a little bit better than middle of the pack. But this offense is where we really need to focus up early on to try to bring in some players, whether that's drafting, making a few trades, free agency, to try to round out this team. Now, I did a video earlier this week, whatever it is, talking about coach type and all that stuff, and I think I'm going to follow suit with what I said in the video. Yeah, I can use the real life coach. I can take on Aaron Glenn, but we're gonna be a CB Gaming led team. So we're gonna go with what I would always do, and that is Development Wizard. Okay, I love developing talent, so we are gonna choose Development Wizard here to start off.
The dawn of a new season brings the dawn of a new era for this franchise. There's a new coach in charge, tasked with guiding this team to the peak of the NFL. For someone with dreams of reaching Canton, this first day and their first interview will set the stage for a career to come.
You know, I sort of like this intro, man. It sort of gets me pumped up a little bit for the franchise. And yeah, maybe it doesn't look exactly like me, okay? I'm a little bit fitter in this game, and maybe a little older, but it doesn't matter. Coach, big reason you were hired is your ability to develop talent to get the most out of players. What area will you focus on first? Is focus players. And the reason I'm going to choose this is because I haven't tried it yet and I want to see what it does, but also if this helps with the focus players that we select throughout the season, maybe I can really pinpoint a few players right off the rip and get a great deal of XP for them. Some great players on this roster, and we not only have to focus on those players, but make sure that the time is well spent on their development. I agree. I agree, Coach. After school tutor ability awarded. Perfect. Shifting to on the field, which side of the ball will your identity... Shifting to on the field, which side of the ball will your identity shine through most? I am a defensive guy, but I feel like because the defense is sort of more established, I should choose offense here so we can get some early help on the offensive side of the ball. So we're going to go that route. And where on offense? Well, there's actually a lot of receivers that really need to step up on this team. I think we maybe go receivers here. You know, guys like Malachi Corley, Arian Smith. I think there's another one or two that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head right now that are younger that need help. I mean, Garrett Wilson, of course, too, but he's more established. So I'm going to try receivers. Happier feet ability awarded. I enjoy precision, and that's something I'm going to demand from our receivers every time they run their routes. Okay, that's different. Wide slot sheet play sheet awarded. I can speak. And lastly, Coach, what will give you an advantage over other coaches in this league? And I think it's going to be scouting prospects. Yeah. We're going to make sure that we are hitting it on the draft. Drafting well is the key to long-term success. We are going to find the right guys in those rounds where other teams cannot. Edge focus ability. So here we are in the home screen, and we already have a position battle. So let's check that out right away and see what is up with the team.
Some turmoil threatens their roster in the early season. A challenge has been made for a top spot on the depth chart. Competition breeds success, but coaches will decide how far the competition goes.
Really love having Rich Eisen. I love Rich Eisen. Surprised you're not in pads. We got practice in a few. Jeremy Ruckert, backup tight end. I want to talk my place on the depth chart. I really believe I'm the best tight end on this team. Buddy, we just drafted Mason Taylor. I don't know what you want. I mean, if he wins it out, he wins it out. So I'm going to say start preseason strong. 4 catches and a touchdown in the opening game. First game of the preseason, you need to show out before we'd even consider it. Yeah. So we lay the groundwork, say start doing some stuff. We don't guarantee anything, which is what I want. 4 catches and a touchdown for Jeremy Ruckert, and he could potentially find himself in a position battle for Mason Taylor's job. And that now finishes that up. Now, this is a newer thing, Trainer Talk Team Health. So I'm going to walk you guys through this just in case you haven't played this yet, or maybe you're waiting a little bit to get it. Hey, Coach Nicholson wanted to discuss managing player health for the upcoming season. As players start to take punishment during the game, that wear will cause their health start to diminish. Attributes may be affected and injuries more likely to occur. So this is talking about the new wear and tear system they brought over from CFB. It came last year. Didn't have the best results, I would say, very mixed reviews, but they claim to have, fixed it up a little bit, and I'm using everything. So we are going to be using the wear and tear system. Let's see what else he's got to say. I'll provide more attention on that wear and tear during the game. Where do you fit in? Each week, we will evaluate every player's overall health and give you them a status to help you manage your lineups. During the week, it will be up to you to decide what your team's training plan is and how you utilize your staff's abilities. After practice, we'll give you each player's final status. This determines their availability for the upcoming game. And now, a quick one here. All coaches have abilities. That's sort of what we just unlocked down there, up here, sorry. I think if this is even shown on the screen. We unlock abilities as you play and gain XP points and do things in games, and it lets you, manage your injuries better, recover more, get better play out of your players, scout better, well, all these different things. So it's a huge part of this Madden cycle. And now for all of you guys who are talking settings, I've already had a couple of you guys ask me about sliders. I am still in the works on this, so we're going to be sort of doing this together. I'm just going to start base on all pro and just see where it takes me. I'm running 11-minute quarters, 15-second play clock with the accelerated clock on. Home field advantage turned off. I still hate that thing. I don't think it should be in the game. I think it makes no sense, so I don't like it. I would much rather them put something in like college football has, where the stadium noise can just affect things a little bit. And that's only if the team is playing well. Like that is what it should be. It shouldn't be all these stupid ability things. And I don't even know if it is that anymore, because I haven't even had it turned on in one of my games in at least 2 years. But it will be off. Everything else manual, of course. I have free agent. Oh, I gotta change this. Trade difficulty, very hard. I've noticed it's very easy this year. Free agent motivation impact. I don't know if it's still a huge disadvantage for users or not, so I'm going to leave it at high instead of very high. Practice squad stealing is on, wear and tear is on, everything is on, including, and some of you guys might be a little surprised by this, superstar abilities. Yep, I decided I'm going to give them a run. I'm going to give them a chance. We'll see if it works this year or not. I do have them on. If it makes problems, I'm going to turn it off again, but I'm going to give it a shot. Before we get started, let's take a look at our coaching carousel and just see what we have available. And of course, I have my pre-order bonus. We're going to have a good start with our coach with the 200 points. I'm probably going to spend it on the Scouts Honor like I showed in a previous video, but let's take a look at the staff. So Zach Parker is our offensive coordinator. He has not the best abilities. So he's got Angry Runner, increased chance of broken tackles on screen passes, increased chance of broken tackles on short passes, 0 to 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Big back, slightly increased chance at broken tackles on hit stick attempts. Ahead of the chains, reduced defender ability to disengage from run blocks on early downs. That would be a good one to have. Dr. Dots, increased pass accuracy, move the chains, +4 release for all wide receivers. And +4 carry for all halfbacks. So that's actually a really nice features to have. He has increased XP for halfbacks and fullbacks. Now down to Stephen Meyer, who is our D coordinator. Load the box. 4 hit power for all corners and safeties. Not sure how well that's going to come into play. Aerial suppression. We have always watching, which is helping with pursuit from defenders. That one was increased zone coverage. I don't know why I skipped over it. It's broken bookend busters. Slightly increased finesse moves for edge rushers. Fool me never. Okay, and then CB for practitioner. He's got 7% XP increase for corners. So that is, trading XP is increased by 5%. And then our trainer, who is actually pretty damn good. We have a level 10 trainer. He comes with gold enhanced recovery, which is 15% on recovery for wear and tear during practice when you rest a player. He also has gold in Game Shield, which is reducing the wear and tear damage taken during games by 15%. And then he has Practice Protector, which prevents injuries by 5%. Now, he only has one active, which is Game Shield right now, and will probably be what we leave on him for now. I like this one, but we won't be resting players yet, so until it becomes a problem, we probably won't have to utilize that one. And then let's look at ours. We have one for everything. So we have one, receivers run sharper in breaking routes. We have happier feet, happy with that. Player development, one additional focus player. Okay, yeah, we have gold in that. So 3 additional focus players. So we're going to make sure that that is highlighted right off the rip. We're also, I think we might increase that as well. Get that to, yeah, I'm going to increase that right away to get that to blue. Personnel, coaching staff earns. We're going to definitely upgrade that as well. Scouting, we don't have Scouts Honor. So let's go ahead and we're going to unlock that right away. Yeah, we're definitely going to unlock that. And we have one more to go because I did the other one. So it is what it is, but we'll make sure this one is active as well. We have gold, which means we can hire 4 tier 3 scouts. Hopefully I can get 20 more points before the start of the regular season, and we can activate that one as well. And then as far as play sheets go, we ourselves as the coach, we have air raid, pistol play sheet, and wide slot play sheet. And also for the defense, we have 3-3-5 play sheet. Our offensive coordinator has quite a few. Air raid gun, red zone passing, shot plays, wide trips, run and shoot, heavy strong. Defensively, Batcho blitzes, dime play sheet, and nickel play sheet. So not too bad of stuff to start with for us. We're going to go over here to weekly strategy, and we are going to take care of that first because I want to make sure that all the things that I want in here are all set in here. So right now, I don't really care about that one. I would rather have this one. And then I also don't really care about... I really like that one though. What other one is it? We're going to take away this one, and we are going to add Scouts Honor because those two are going to be key. Like I feel like I'm going to be running that on every loadout essentially as much as I can. And again, if you guys are not aware, these do have durations. So when I go back here and look, it says 26 weeks duration for the Scouts Honor, and then 5 weeks duration for the after school tutor, which means that in 5 weeks, that's going to go away. I'm going to have to re-add it to the loadout, and it might take a week before I can use all 6 for focus players again. So that is important. So we only get one play sheet to start. That's how it goes. And then you can see here the levels. You're going to level up your coach. You'll unlock more things that you'll be able to do, like more abilities, more play sheets, and then trainer abilities as well will unlock at level 24. So that way you can have 2 abilities for him as well. So for red zone passing, let's see here. I feel like I would rather try... Yeah, we're going to try air raid gun because we have a mobile quarterback. We're going to probably want to be passing it short. We don't want to try to take too many deep shots. So I think air raid gun will be a decent play sheet for us to use this week. And then, yeah, game shield is definitely what we want. So we're going to confirm that loadout in advance. And because I applied the after school tutor this week, it will not take effect. So it will not take effect until next week because it wasn't in the loadout when the advance happened. Don't ask me why that's a thing. It's just how they worked it. I don't like it. But because of that, we only have 3 players that we can do focus scouting on, or focus players on for the training camp. But before we get to that, I wanted to go over the game planning here for practice because this is a huge portion of it. And I mentioned it in other videos, and I mentioned at the beginning of this with the trainer talk that we had. So here we can, I'm going to go custom here. We can go full pads, half pads, rest for all of these players, right? Depending on who they are. So for instance, with quarterback, I'm going to adjust players here because I want Justin Fields to be in full pads, but Tyrod Taylor is 36, man. He doesn't need to be gaining XP. We're going to actually just let him go. We're going to have him rest, honestly. And then full pads for Brady Cook. He's a rookie. We want him to get involved, but we don't want Tyrod Taylor to risk getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to develop anything, you know, at this point in his career. So let's just save him for the games in case we need him. And then halfbacks, we're going to do full pads. I think everybody here except Kene Nwangu is going to be half pad or full pads because everybody here is pretty young. Andrew Beck, we'll go half pads for him. So I like to do this and go through and just make sure that players aren't getting hurt too easily. Like Garrett Wilson here, this one I'll go half pads on because he's already an 86. He's a superstar. He's going to gain XP already pretty well. There's no reason to risk one of our only playmakers on offense. Alan Lazard, half pads for him, half pads for Reynolds, Gibson, Corley. I want them all to be full pads. We'll go half pads for Tyler Johnson, full pads for him and Miller. Irvin Charles, half pads. I think, yeah, that's good. One thing that I noticed is if you don't change this setting to custom, it doesn't hold what you have. So like if I had this set to full, no matter what I do to the adjustment, it'll keep them all in full pads. So you have to make sure you change the thing to custom on the left side first and then go in and edit the players. Mason Taylor, full pads. Jeremy Ruckert, full pads. Full pads. Yeah, everybody else say full pads here. I definitely want Fashanu to get some time to develop better. Same with Carter Warren. John Simpson, I think we can go half pads for him. He's not going to gain that much XP regardless because of his age at 28. Joe Tippmann, definitely want full pads. Josh Myers, we can leave at half pads. And then Elijah Tucker, I'm going to go half pads. Again, don't want to risk him getting injured. The other two can be full pads. Full pads for Membu because we want him to get, obviously, more XP. And then we'll go half pads for Okorafor. And we're going to go over to the defense. And I'm going to go to custom for this. We're going to go down the list, and we are going to adjust it. So this is going to be where we really, like, is Will McDonald going to step up? He's a star. He's 26. He's a 76 overall. He definitely needs to step up fast if he is going to be somebody that we can count on down the line. Jermaine Johnson is somebody I am so excited to use. I'm hoping that we can develop him a little bit better too. He's sort of in that same boat with Will McDonald. He is younger, not the youngest, 26, not at an 80 yet. He's at 79, so he's in a little bit better position. Star as well, so could be something good there, could not be. Michael Clemens will go half pads, Rashad Weaver half pads, and then we'll leave McGregor there. Defensive tackles, we got a lot of them. For Quinnen Williams, though, half pads for him. Actually, we'll just rest him. No need to risk him getting injured. Same for Nandi. Darian Mathis, we'll go half pads, leave full, half pads, and leave full. D tackle is going to be somewhere we have to work on. We need to get another guy in here to run with Quinnen Williams. There are no Sams. I've noticed that a lot. That when they adjusted these, they didn't put any players at the Sam linebacker. A little weird, but we'll fix that. Jamian Sherwood is somebody that, again, like Will McDonald, is he going to take the next step? I don't know yet. I do not know yet. We will find out shortly. Half pads, full pads. Okay. Quincy Williams, we definitely need somebody to try to run alongside him here. We're going to rest him as well. We don't need him risking getting hurt. Then Barnes and McCrary Ball will stay full pads. Corners, again, we're gonna go rest for Gardner. Half pads for Michael Carter, half pads for Stevens. Full pads for Thomas. We definitely want him to develop quite well. Stiggers, he'll stay full pads. Chris Boyd will go half pads. Full pads, yeah. Full pads for both. No, half pads for Oliver. And then, yeah, we'll go full pads for both of these guys. So there we go. That's what I'm going to set for the first week, and we'll monitor this, see how things go, and then we'll make adjustments accordingly, going off the right-hand side here where it provides like player risk and all that stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the mini games for this, and then I'm also going to do the mini game for the training camps, and then I'll see you guys after for doing upgrades and whatnot before we get into week 1. All right, so I just finished doing the training camp and the mini games. This year, guys, it's going to be a little bit harder with the training camp. They really narrowed down what you can do in training camp. They also upped the rewards for the most part, but they are more difficult. Like, you don't have the easier ones to do anymore. So I only did like 3 or 4 of them. I wasn't going to sit here for a half hour trying to do one drill. But we do have some good upgrades. So Garrett Wilson, I did one with him. He gets +2, which is going to be big for us heading into the season. And we're just going to stick right with Playmaker. Why not? And yes, it is still broken. So, wow, big upgrade. 3 carrying, 3 catching traffic, 1 catching, 3 deep route, medium release, and short routes. And we'll do it again. Put him up to an 88 overall. And now he gets 1 catching, deep route, juke move, 2 to medium, 3 to release, spec catch, and trucking. Alrighty, we are here with Jermaine Johnson. We are going to do speed rusher. Reason for that is I plan on running a true 4-3 defense here, and we're going to need speed rushers. Jermaine Johnson fared pretty well when I made him a verified speed rusher in my Bucks franchise. Olu Fashanu, fresh off of getting drafted, he is going to get one as well, and I believe, yeah, we're going to definitely have to up his passing. I'm going to try to be sneaky here and do agile in hopes of getting more upgrades to pass protector. It probably won't work, but we're going to try it anyway and see if it works. So he was a 71 pass protector, pass block finesse, and run block finesse. Okay, so he still went up 1 there, but he is now a full scheme fit, which is good. I also made sure to do a drill with Justin Fields. This is precisely why he is struggling in so many areas. He's a 74 overall scrambler, but he's not even a 70 in any other area. So we are going to be primarily focusing on all of these areas down here. I think what I want to do is his ratings, he needs some help. Well, he needs awareness more than anything. We're going to do improviser here, sort of a mixture. And hopefully that gives him some good upgrades. He's going to get throw accuracy mid, throw accuracy short, 2 throw on run, and 1 to throw under pressure. Donovan Edwards is going to get an upgrade as well. I wanted to try to make sure we're good in the running back room, and I love Donovan Edwards in college, so it was cool that he was on the Jets here. 2 ball carrier vision, 1 juke move, and 2 to spin. Rashad Weaver earned 1 just because I didn't do anything with him particularly. But we're going to go speed rusher for him as well. If he wants to be on the team, he's got to be able to speed rush. 1 block shed, 2 finesse, play rec, power move, and 2 to pursuit. And I think here we're gonna stick with agile. Yeah. And he gets a 2 awareness, 2 run blocking, pass block, finesse, lead block, impact block. Okay. First trade I just did was to send Allen Lazard to the Ravens in exchange for Ojabo. The reason for that is he is 3rd on the depth chart. They have drafted guys after him. He's not getting playing time. And Lazard, I'm just not a fan of. I'd rather get some of the younger guys on the field or bring somebody else in. So I went ahead, I offered it to them, and they accepted it. You guys saw me put it on very hard for trading. They still wanted him. Wide receiver was one of their number 1 needs, number 3 needs, I guess. But that was the first trade I decided to make. Bring in somebody else on the D-line just in case we don't get what we need to out of McDonald or Johnson. We have another guy that could potentially round out to be, whether it's depth or even get some playing time. One other trade that I decided that I wanted to do is bring on Kayshon Boutte. Patriots receiver, late round pick. Hasn't really developed much yet. So let's try to bring in somebody else that's on the younger side, and let's see what we can do with that. So I ended up sending Reynolds and a 5th round pick next year over to the Patriots to bring on Boutte. And now we have him and Garrett Wilson as our 1 and 2 for now. I also went ahead and I made a free agent signing. I brought in Jawan Bentley, just bring in some veteran depth, somebody with a little bit better overall to try and help us as we transition into the next phase of the Jets football program. But we have some good stuff, I think, on the horizon, and I think that we are at least off to a good start for now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this depth chart together, and we're going to get a chance to see the Jets for the first time in this series. All right, so first defensive drive now of the game. Let's see. Handoff. Oh, no, it's play action. Love gets rid of it right away. Very quick and easy connection for 7. Another pass, another quick one, and it's an easy completion. Matthew Golden, the rookie receiver, in the slots, catches it immediately, and already Green Bay making some moves back-to-back, Kraft in motion. Love over the middle. Easy completion again. That time it's Romeo Doubs, as now there's a Packer injury. One of the linemen there gets hurt. And I feel like I'm going to have to touch sliders a lot more for injuries this year than I have in years past, just based off what I've seen. Nice stop there. Excellent play. We shut that down real fast and they try to run it. We might also have to give some help to the run blocking. I noticed that as well. Okay. Nice run there from Josh Jacobs, but overall, from what I've seen earlier in my testing, is that the run game seems to be a little lackluster when it comes to the blocking anyway. As there's a little QB sneak from Love, and he will get the first down. Run it down, handoff Jacobs. Jacobs cutting through our defense like butter. Okay, maybe that was just when I was playing that I was noticing that. I don't know. We'll see. Because when I was playing the game, run blocking was horrendous. Okay, dude, just relax. Go down on the first hit. Why don't you? And now Jacobs is hurt. I have the injuries at 22 as well, guys. I don't have them at the base 25. It's almost concerning a little bit. Wow, wide open. And that's a touchdown for Green Bay. They just made light work of our defense. Already Fields coming back out. Last drive did not look too good. We're also running base playbooks. I mean, that might change before the season gets here. That dude just 85. Mason Taylor, he's back in. He just completely whiffed on that block. That might have been a decent run, but geez. All right, Fields, come on now. Finally gets a completion, and it's Kayshon Boutte. There we go. Finally getting involved. 3rd and 2 here. Hall gonna get the handoff. Goes outside and breaks free, and he gets the first down. Nice play. Breece Hall looked like he was gonna get shoved out of bounds early. Breaks free from the tackle and ends up making a play. And now it is Braylon Allen on the outside. He's got room. And Braylon Allen down to the 45. Allen is somebody I'm definitely excited about. I love power backs. You guys know this. And Allen was one of my favorite Badgers watching in the last few years, man. He was so good for a while there in college. And now he'll take the handoff again, and he goes up the middle, a gain of 4. I have him starting as the power back. Surprised to see him in on 2 back-to-back plays. But I'm not going to complain about an actual rotation of the running backs. That was non-existent the last couple of years. As Fields, again, man, he is just feeling his own pressure. Like, I'm not saying that play wasn't going to break down, but, like, it was like a second before the pressure even got there. He drops down into the pocket, like up in the pocket, and then they all just collapse on him. Not a good look. Need him to relax, you know? It's going to be a long season if we can't get him to stop that. Holy cow. Almost at the end of this first quarter, and then we're going to make some adjustments to the... Where is our defense? You guys are also going to want to double check your depth charts in preseason. Now that they have the cornerbacks and wide receivers interchangeable because of Travis Hunter, it seems to put your corners at wide receiver in the slot situation when it swaps out for preseason. I had 2 of my 3 slot wide receiver positions filled by corners. All right, there we go. Sack there for us. We're going to push them back, get ourselves our own punt. Almost forgot to hit on pause. As whoever the hell 44 is takes it for 9 yards. Is that Davis Price? Tyrion Davis Price? Oh, nice play there from the edge. Who was that? Made a quick play there off the edge, makes the stop 3rd and 1. See if they try that again. Oh, it's play action. Willis looks to their halfback. Great open field tackle, and we will get him down. And it's Oliver on the stop and another punt. All right, guys, we got the stop. Let's do something on offense here. We got 2 minutes to work with. We just throw it out to Allen, and yeah, that did not work. They read that from the jump. Simmons made a play on it right away. 2nd and 13 now. I'm expecting us to run it with Allen here to try to get us out. No, we're going to throw it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I don't like it. Horrible. Horrible. We've had such a bad job on offense. That was so bad. So bad. All right, guys, things have gotten rough. We got a safety, and then we kicked it off, and it was kicked out of bounds. I don't even know how you do that. Wait a minute. Do they change how kicking works with depth chart? I might have to check that. Willis, get him. Hit as he throws it. He still completes it. He still completes it. How? We're getting our asses kicked, guys. I'm going to have to blow the whole first season up. Swear to God. Get him. This is rough. Blitz. Oh, my God, they picked the blitz up. And Willis has got the speed. Oh, this is going to be a long season, isn't it, boys? We're trying something here. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but we're trying to make it go somewhere.
First down, Jets.
Okay. We just used our last time out. I don't know, what are we going to try, a long field goal here?
First down, New York.
We are. We're going to try a 55-yard field goal. Oh, boy. Let's see. Can we get on the board before the break? That'd be great. He's got the leg. He's got it. There we go. Nick Folk with the kick. And we will put ourselves on the board before halftime. Yeah, this has been a pretty rough game. So let's just see what happens here. All right, 1st and 10. And there's a Packers penalty, 6-yard rush. 2nd down, 12 yards to Wicks. We get a stop here. We cannot. Oh, boy. 6 yards to Wicks again. Another one to Wicks. My gosh, this guy's just catching everything. Okay, now Christian Watson gets involved. Green Bay's just driving right down the field. We get a stop here? No? Okay. 1-yard rush, 2nd down. 9 yards to Wicks again. 2-yard rush for Davis Price. And a 2-yard rush puts him at the 2, and a touchdown to Messiah Swinson. So now we're down 24-3. It took almost the entire quarter off the clock with that drive. Okay, there we go. Braylon Allen getting involved. Gets 8 yards. Another 5 yards. Gets us a 1st down, actually. That's pretty sweet. 5 yards now. Allen is just the whole offense on this drive. There he is again. 3rd and 3. Another 8 yards for Allen. Can't throw it, just run it, right? Okay, penalty on the Corafor. And there we go, 14-yard reception for Braylon Allen. 2-yard rush. Is anybody else playing on this offense right now? There we go. Stone Smart gets it for 11. 2-yard rush for Allen. We got ourselves a chance to score a touchdown, actually. Holy shit. 3rd and 1. A rush by Andrew Beck. And a 1-yard touchdown to Jeremy Ruckert. Oh, no. Now I'm going to have to give him a shot at starting. I'm sort of hoping we can get ourselves a sack. There we go. Ajaba with a sack. That's the 2nd one of the day for him. Okay. And then Hardman right off the bat rips off 11. But we do get the stop. Perfect. All right, now 1st and 10. Let's see if we can go on another run here. Apparently we can't play the game, but this works. Or it doesn't. Okay. Love it. Oh, we went for it and got it. I'm surprised. Okay. Yeah, so things did not end very well. Okay. 31-10 was the final. That's, yeah. It didn't matter if we were simming or if we were watching. We just could not do anything. Funny thing is, of course, Jeremy Ruckert gets a touchdown, but I don't know if he got 4 catches. Remember, he needed 4 catches and a touchdown in order to be considered for a starting spot. But we did not get that. There was the opening touchdown where things just started to fall apart for us. A beautiful pass over the middle, easy touchdown. Willis, of course, he took off and ran a couple in. He was looking good as well. It was a very unfortunate day for our defense and our offense. So after that, I feel like there is quite a bit of stuff that needs to be worked on. I also think that we have a lot of work to do on this offense. I don't know if it's the playbook or if it's just Justin Fields being Justin Fields, but he looked visibly uncomfortable back there from the jump. Like, there was no play where he looked comfortable. We'll see, you know. But honestly, if the games are looking like that in like week 1, week 2, we might just sim most of the first season. Sort of like how I've done in the past with other situations. Like, I don't want to, you know, waste time watching games that are just not going to amount to anything. Watching a game just to see if maybe a player or two that is down the depth chart ends up playing better is hard to do when you have a quarterback that can't deliver the ball. So we'll see. I'm hoping that we can turn it around, because that was a rough start, man. That was a rough start for Justin Fields. That was a rough start for really anything. So we'll see. We will see what we can come up with. But yeah, rough first game. We'll be back next week to finish off this preseason. Well, next video. And we'll go from there. But that will wrap up our first episode of the Jets franchise. Thank you to those of you who have been active in the community posts and voting and all this stuff. It helps me out, man. Like, I could have went with 5, 6, 7 different teams, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave it up to the community and we'll see what they say. You guys voted Jets. And even though it wasn't necessarily a team that I was really rooting to take on, it ended up working out. So we'll see what we can do with it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that bell notification. We will have plenty of Madden 26 stuff coming, for sure. I'll see you guys next time.